Howdy do drummers, it's Rob Litton here from drumstheword.com and welcome to this full video song lesson for my online subscribers. As usual, this song was suggested over on my Facebook page. It's one of my favourite songs from the 80s. Really beautiful song, great band as well. Something About You by Level 42, drummed by the left-handed Jeff Beccaro himself, Phil Gould. The tempo is 105 BPM, and just before we get into the main part of the song, I just want to describe the process of transcribing this. On the recording, there's this consistent 16th note feel all the way through. Sometimes you don't hear all the 16th notes, but they're sort of always there underneath, very low in the mix. And when I watched Phil play this live, I checked out a couple of recordings on YouTube of him playing this live, I noticed that he was playing open-handed. He's actually a right-handed drummer, but he was playing left-handed, open-handed, for whatever reason, probably just a bit of showmanship, also perhaps to sort of develop his own drumming. But the point is that when he was playing open-handed, he was just playing eighth notes during the verses and the bridges, and then during the choruses, he'd play the double-handed hi-hat pattern. He'd move into double-hand hi-hats, hand-to-hand, during the choruses, but back to the bridges and verses, he'd be playing just eighth notes. But that's not what I hear on the recording. I hear consistent 16th notes pretty much all the way through the song. I don't think he's improvising with the hi-hat on the recording. I think that would stand out too much. I think he's playing, either it's electronic shakers being added or something. I think it's just consistent 16th notes all the way through. But my point is if you wanted to play some of these sections just as straight eighth notes, because you find the double-handed hi-hat stuff too difficult, and it puts you off playing along to this song, then just play eighth notes as I saw Phil play during the verses. If it's good enough for Phil, it's good enough for you. It won't sound quite like the recording, but you can certainly play it that way, and with some ghost notes and some playing around, then you can make it sound really good. Anyway, at the beginning of the song on the recording, you sort of hear the hi-hat starts 1E and 2E and. You could play 1E and 2E and, but I think it sounds smoother if you play it hand to hand. 1E and 2E and then the bass drum kicks in on beat 3, 3 and 4 and. I just hear two hi-hats, 3 and 4 and. And throughout the song we got a lot of this upbeat snare and crash drum fills, usually occurring on the and beat 4. Which means that when we go into the next bar, we're not playing a crash on beat 1. We're sort of always keeping it up on the upbeat. So we get 3 and 4 and 1, going into beat 1 straight to the hi-hat, not on the crashes you'd expect. So that intro drum fill, 1E and 2E and 3 and 4 and 1. 1E and 2E and 3 and 4 and. Then we're into our main groove.